Looking up ref for NSFW drawing. Google image searches, woman riding man. Yes, exactly what I needed. My mom has a friend who has a failed program service dog, and he's literally my favorite creature. He's a really smart lad, he learned all the commands, but he just has an affinity for doing them whenever he wants. So this lady's dog literally turns on off lights, opens doors, opens the fridge, etc. at his own wishes. Her house looks like it's baby proofed, with kid safe locks on everything and stuff, but really she just has a dog that's learned all the mobility service dog commands, but has a mind of his own. Chaotic good boy. Are you a hello darlings gay, or a what's up my dudes gay? This is hey y'all gay erasure. I have a deep respect for Scotland because I was at an Ireland versus Scotland football match and their chant was, "We hate England more than you." One time at a Germany versus Scotland game, some German fans started the stand up, "If you hate England" chant, and the whole stadium stood up. What did we do? What didn't we do? Does this mean that England is the US of Europe? Where do you think the US got it from? A writer for the New York Times interviewed a series of people who had survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. Every person she interviewed admitted that about 2/3 of the way down, they realized that every seemingly meaningless problem that caused them to jump was fixable. Every single one. This gave me chills. Reblogging this again because it matters. Treatment-resistant depression. Oh, do you mean continued unhealthy circumstances? Takes pills. Wait, why am I still not okay with living in a system that's openly hostile to human life and happiness? Must be a real bad illness, huh? Honestly, I'm done with the lies. Being little spoon f***ing sucks, okay? It really does. It's hot and sweaty and cramped, and you better believe that arm wrapped around you is gonna go from acceptable foreign weight to there is a literal blue whale colony collapsed atop you in about 2 minutes flat. You'll for real want a flesh blanket encasing you? A goddamn slab prison of human skin and person tissue draped across your corporeal form? Find a god and grovel for redemption. Being big spoon though, divine, precious. It grants the sensation of being a benevolent egg white, swaddled loosely within your blanket shell, as you in turn cradle the precious yolk within your grasp. You are a sublime deity of warmth and comfort, one who may bestow your blessing on any mortal you deem fit, an unparalleled joy to perform, and you can grab at it tie. Can y'all please stop reblogging this post I made after eating 3 entire packages of marshmallow peeps, washed down with a near deadly amount of NyQuil. Just say you're a top and move on OP. When former President Teddy Roosevelt died in his sleep in 1919, Thomas R. Marshall, the sitting vice president, said death had to take Roosevelt sleeping, for if he had been awake, there would have been a fight. Reblogging for the art. Billy and Mandy edition. Having just finished Edmund Morris' 3-volume biography of Theodore Roosevelt, I can confirm that is 100% the case. Toddlers are like velociraptors. They screech a lot, and they get way more dangerous when they figure out how to open doors. However, unlike a velociraptor, I can punt a toddler across a room, and will not hesitate to do so. I have great news. You can, in fact, punt a velociraptor. But at what cost? Okay, so there's a game me and my friends play called Don't Get Me Started, and basically, someone gives another person a random topic, and they have to go on an angry rant about it, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to us at parties and car rides, so I highly recommend playing sometimes with your friends. As a 90s kid, it blows my mind that origami YouTube videos exist. You can look up any model and watch a pair of manicured hands assemble the thing in real time, in full color, in 3D, with cheerful flute music in the background. When I was little, you had a library book with no words, and these esoteric little dotted lines and arrows, and it was just you, your hands, your paper, and the cruel, uncaring eyes of God. Zuko really thought the avatar was 100 years old and he was still fully prepared to fucking kidnap him. Imagine if that had actually gone down like Zuko thought it would. You're a fully realized avatar and you've been hiding out for over a century, and all of a sudden you get approached by this 13-year-old kid who's like, "What's good? I've got no depth perception and I'm ready to fight God." What I want to know is, what is the legal situation of Scooby-Doo? They can kick him out of a hotel for being a pet while he gets frustrated because he's not a pet, implying he has legal rights, but also put him in jail. How does this all work? Can Scooby-Doo vote? His whole family lives in a house in the suburbs. I believe they're legal citizens. Where does that leave us though? He's constantly kicked out of buildings simply on the fact that he's a dog. Either he has the rights of the average animal, which is highly disturbing given he's, you know, a person, or he is a legal citizen, which means A. Scooby-Doo is constantly having his rights infringed upon, or B. Segregation of talking animals is legal in the Scooby-Doo-verse, and in either case, the most sympathy he gets from anyone is just a "sorry Scoob" and the keys to the mystery machine. So he doesn't freeze to death. Does the gang actually agree with this treatment, or are they just that used to it? This is all very worrying to me, you understand. Perhaps his is the only family of talking dogs due to some freak accident involving nuclear waste and or mad scientists, which would mean that while they were granted citizenship, most people wouldn't have known about it, and while at that point I feel Scooby and his fam will start to being their IDs everywhere, they also don't have pockets. I don't know, there's a lot of uncertainty here. Canonically, Scooby-Doo is part elder god, and that's why he and other Hanna-Barbera-verse animals, Yogi Bear, Jabberjaw, etc., can talk, and apparently, this has been going on all throughout human history, so I'm sure they're pretty used to their presence. What the actual F is this post? I'm just talking Scoob politics, man. Remember the start of season 1, when everything was okay? I'm not actually sure what show you are referring to, and that scares me. Salmon is for desire. What am I looking at? A fun reminder that Ong was a terrifyingly powerful avatar. Most avatars are informed of their newfound destinies at the age of 16 to begin their training. Because of the approaching war, Ong was told of his status at the age of 12. He had already mastered airbending, and in the span of a year, he mastered the other 3 elements, the avatar state, and energy bending. He also learned lightning redirection and seismic sense, a technique no previous avatar had even encountered. In the span of a year, this child was a terrifying force of nature. Are the people creating all these Tumblr bots even making any money off this site? It's not about the money, it's about the love of the game. The last time I left my house was 17 days ago, and on that day I walked past a man who was sitting in his car with the windows open, and as I walked past, someone on his radio said, "Now sports. Sportses, there are no sports." That was the last day of Massachusetts. Why are people commenting like, "This is Night Vale," or "I can't tell if this really happened," or "It's an apocalyptic vision"? Like, are you all not aware that there's an unprecedented international disaster happening? What is not normal life in March 2020 about this post? Christopher Columbus essentially commented first on a YouTube video that already had 50 million views. The children playing outside below my apartment are very seriously and passionately accusing each other of witchcraft. It's plague times, baby. No, don't express serious emotions. You've been designated the funny one. Aha. No, don't exist in a way that contradicts the one-dimensional version of you I've created in my head. You're so convenient. Aha. He looks so tired, let him nap. He looks like warm buttered toast. Still don't know how to spell spaghetti without autocorrect. Where's the H? An H. TFW, you forget you're wearing eyeliner, rub your eyes, and think, "Welsh, guess I'm a panda now, Jim that Bambacy." Video game engines are amazing because they can make it so sunlight filters through leaves, casting dozens of little rays in your eyes, just like in real life. And then you turn around and there's a hot horse just swimming in circles in midair. Bethesda? Why are people surprised when they see depictions of Hitler that show him doing nice things with his friends or people he cares about? Did they think he just sat in darkened rooms, rubbing his hands together, muttering Jews disdainfully under his breath all day? Yes, Super Jew has spoken. Currently losing my mind over the third printed piezoelectric violin. It looks like you can play some sick riff on it, and then turn it around and hack off a man's head. That is a legendary barbarian weapon, and I refuse to believe otherwise. I wonder if my ancestors are smiling up at me sometimes. You. Making our little thing with clay. The ghosts of Australopithecus. Yes, 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 yes. This is the greatest picture I've ever seen. I would survive a horror movie. The murderer shows up to my house, and I'm just like, sir, your vibes are disgusting. You wish for wings, or horns, or fangs. You wish for powers you can't control, and an ability that you hate. You wish for these things because you are already hated, already outcasted, already existing on the fringes of society, and you are wishing that it was at least for something cool. But no, it's not. It's not for anything cool. You're hated because of the most uninteresting normal things in the world. Your coloration, who you love, what you wear, how your mind is wired. It's also normal, and you can't stand it. How can they hate you for something so normal? It makes no sense. So you wish that you had horns instead. Why does Anakin get electrocuted so many times in DCW? Let him live, David. I mean, frequent electrocution kills off the brain cells involved in rational thought and regulating emotions, such as anger, so it could be to medically explain how fast Anakin falls to the dark side. Kills off brain cells involved in rational thought. You'll just love calling Anakin a dumby. On Wednesdays we wear pink, but it's 1830s, and the romantic era is in full bloom. I love how Caddy is still out of style. Timothy Chalamet looks like he's 13 years old and has tuberculosis. My brother has a French friend who looks just like him. He only ate sour dinosaur candy every day until his doctor told him he was going to die from malnutrition if he continued. He has had more girlfriends than any guy I have known though, so I guess some women are into that look. This ask lives in my mind rent free. In your home alone and you hear a sound. Fear. They used to beat the shit out of me on Clump Penguin. Caption this. Unless. Why do you hate the pig so much? His house is right in the middle of the path surrounding my mansion. See? Also, he's ugly and a little fking hole, so I want him dead. I'm not taking any chances this time around. The very first fking villager to my campsite. Are you kidding me? Buongiorno. Ha point, I wonder who that's for.